Hey, this is Bailey at The Pour Over.
And this is Joe at The Pour Over.
Today we're talking about a deadly blast at a Tennessee explosives plant, the White House beginning federal layoffs, basketball and baseball updates, and other top news for Monday, October 13th. Stay informed while remaining focused on Christ with The Pour Over.
Here's your quote of the day. If the highest aim of a captain were to preserve his ship, he would keep it in port forever. Italian priest Thomas Aquinas. Let's get started with some espresso shots.
Early Friday, a blast at a Tennessee explosives plant killed 16 people and left no survivors. The blast tore through Accurate Energetic Systems, AES, which manufactures explosives for demolition companies and the U.S. military on a remote 1,300-acre campus about 60 miles southwest of Nashville. The explosion was felt for miles, leveling buildings, burning out vehicles, and launching debris up to 2 miles away. Officials initially reported 18 people missing based on the vehicles present. 2 employees were later confirmed to be safely off-site. The cause of the blast remains unknown, and officials warn the investigation won't be quick because of the risk of secondary detonations. Investigators from the ATF, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, and the FBI are combing through the charred remains, quote, foot by foot, using rapid DNA tests to identify victims. The promise of heaven does not remove the pains of this world, but it does give us hope, strength, and peace during life's most difficult seasons. Join us in praying for hope, strength, and peace for the families and first responders in Tennessee. Revelation 21:4 says, "He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. Death will be no more. Grief, crying, and pain will be no more because the previous things have passed away."
The Trump admin's getting out its scissors. On Friday, the White House sent reduction in force, RIF, notices. Think a note saying you're pre-fired to over 4,100 federal employees across departments, including Homeland Security, the Treasury, and Education. Health and Human Services laid off about 1,300 CDC workers. Then, UNO reversed about 700 of them hours later after a, quote, coding error mistakenly sent RIFs to, quote, essential staff. The cuts have received bipartisan pushback. Critics have called the layoffs, quote, arbitrary and illegal, saying they'll only cause further departmental, quote, dysfunction. Newly still getting a paycheck? The troops. Saturday, President Trump directed War Secretary Hegseth to, quote, use all available funds to ensure military members will be paid on time. The Pentagon said it will reshuffle roughly $8 billion, originally for military research, to cut the checks. Here's a verse to consider when determining how to run your own house, business, fantasy football league, or book club. For the Lord gives wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He stores up success for the upright. He's a shield for those who live with integrity, so that he may guard the paths of justice and protect the way of his faithful followers. Then you will understand righteousness, justice, and integrity, every good path. Proverbs 2, verses 6 through 9.
The Las Vegas Aces swept the Phoenix Mercury on Friday, winning their 3rd WNBA championship in 4 years. MLB is also nearing its final 2025 inning, with the league championship series now set. The Seattle Mariners stepped up to the Toronto Blue Jays plate yesterday in the American League Championship Series. Today, defending Fall Classic champs LA Dodgers will take on the Milwaukee Brewers for the National League title. Think America's pastime is a bit of a yawn? You might go bananas for a banana ball. It's a fast-paced, fan-focused, TikTok dance-packed alternative to baseball that's selling out the biggest stadiums in the country. The Savannah Bananas just announced a 45-state tour featuring 5 new barnstorming teams, that means traveling teams, for their 2026 season, where they expect to play in front of 3.2 million fans from Tallahassee to San Diego. It can be thrilling to watch talented athletes, but sports teams and their scoreboards can become an obsession. Keep your affections trained on Jesus, allowing your hobbies to be hobbies and keep everything in its proper place. Helen Lemmel's classic hymn says, "Turn your eyes upon Jesus, look full in his wonderful face, and the things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of his glory and grace."
There are 1,189 chapters in the Bible, so it can be tough to know where to begin a deeper study. That's why the Courage for Life Study Bible includes a whopping 1,464 studies, one on each page of Bible text, so you can dive in anywhere. Each study highlights courage in action and walks you through a discipleship pathway designed to help you overcome obstacles and embrace a life of transformation rooted in God's Word. And if you want to go even deeper, the free Filament Bible app unlocks over 25,000 additional notes, hundreds of videos, maps, devotionals, and a full audio Bible. Grab your Courage for Life Study Bible for personal study, couples devotions, or small groups at courageforlifebibles.com, or check out the link in the show notes. In other brews, here's a rapid round of updates. President Trump is threatening to start November with new tariffs. He's floated a 100% tariff on Chinese imports along with export limits on, quote, critical software, after China announced new export controls on rare earth minerals. Friday's announcement sent Wall Street reeling. The Nasdaq sank 3.6%, its worst day since April, with tech giants losing a combined $770 billion in value.
The U.S. Air Force is joining formation with Qatar. On Friday, War Secretary Hegseth announced a new Qatari Air Force facility within an American base in Idaho for, quote, combined training. Prominent GOP influencers decried the move as, quote, training the funders of Hamas. But the Trump administration has called Qatar a, quote, steadfast ally that was core to securing a Gaza peace deal.
New bottles are in the Trump RX medicine cabinet. Friday, AstraZeneca became the second drug maker, after Pfizer, to strike a deal with the White House, agreeing to cut Medicaid drug prices and offer up to 80% off select medicines through the new Trump RX website. In return, the UK-based company will enjoy a 3-year partial tariff exemption and expanded US operations.
3 separate homecoming celebrations in Mississippi ended in deadly shootings. On Friday, 6 people were killed and 20 were injured when gunfire erupted after a high school football game in Leland. Then on Saturday, 1 person was killed at Alcorn State University in southwest Mississippi, and 2 were killed in Heidelberg. No arrests have been made, and the attacks appear unconnected.
Venezuela's opposition leader, Maria Corina Machado, received the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize, quote, for her struggle to achieve a just and peaceful transition from dictatorship to democracy. The White House said the committee put, quote, politics over peace in overlooking President Trump, whose Gaza peace plan had world leaders, including number 47 himself, floating his name. The committee said nominations closed in January.
That's all we have for today. Thanks so much for listening, TPO fam. If you're listening on the Apple Podcasts app, give us a 5-star rating and drop a review. If you're listening on Spotify, give us a follow and hit the notification bell to never miss a new episode. We're grateful for your support, and we hope you have a great Monday. Catch you on Wednesday.
Turns out your scrolling, browsing, and online shopping isn't so private. Hackers can access your personal info, conversations, and location details all with your IP address. Keep your deets out of hackers' hands with Surfshark. Their VPN hides your IP address from prying eyes, letting you bypass geolocation tracking and keeping your scrolls and searches how they should be, private. Try it today at the link in the show notes.